Welcome back, everybody. Bearded Griller. Today I was watching TV and they're showing us how to make gyros. I was like, man, a gyro sounds good. Of course, gotta drive like 150 miles where I'm at in BFE to find a gyro. So like, you know what? We're gonna try making some. We're not just gonna make them, we're gonna sous vide them. I've got a whole bunch of different spices here. I got 2 pounds of bison. I couldn't find any lamb. I've got 1 pound of extra lean ground beef and 1 pound of ground pork. The ratio works out to where we're going to have 1 teaspoon per pound of cumin, thyme, marjoram, rosemary, paprika, and oregano. I got 4 pounds of meat, so these are 4 teaspoons all here set up. And then I did 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I'm going to use fresh garlic, but I just wanted to make sure that we got a lot of, the garlic throughout. And then half a teaspoon per pound of salt, and I'm going to freshly grind the black pepper. And I've got my spice grinder out. I'm going to go ahead and grind up the thyme, the rosemary, and just make sure that everything's a nice spice to work with. And then I went ahead and I've got 4 teaspoons of Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. I figured, hey, it can't hurt. So we'll get this stuff mixed up here. We've got our spice blend all mixed up here. My blender is not big enough to do all 4 pounds at once, so we're going to do it in 2 batches. Half an onion, a good medium large size onion per pound of meat. So I've got 2 whole onions here. I'm going to blast those up real quick. There we go. Now, take 1 pound of the bison, and you want to make sure that you do this step, and this is going to help cut it up extra fine and make it not that meatloafy consistency that you're used to. If you're just doing regular ground meat the way you do it yourself. Yeah, let's mix up some pork in there. I might even have to do this in 3 batches. I'm just going to do that in 3 batches. Hit it with a little garlic. Oh, there's probably about 5 cloves right there. I'm lazy. And hit it with about half, maybe a third of our spice mixture, since we're going to do this in 3 now. Alright, finally got all that stuff mixed up in the blender there. A little bit more of a mess than I intended it to be. I kind of overloaded it the first couple of times. So I'm just going to mix together and incorporate our batches here. I got my black creeper gloves on, so that way it makes the cleanup a little bit easier. It's good and sticky, that's for sure. Went ahead and made a couple vacuum bags real quick, double sealed the ends. I'm going to pat this out to about 3/4, maybe an inch thick, put them in those bags. I'm making such a big batch today because I'm going to freeze half of this so we can have gyros whenever we want them. After we cook this in the sous vide at about 160 degrees, we're probably going to go probably 3 hours, something like that. Nothing crazy. You don't need a super long cook time on something like this. I just want to give this stuff a chance to really marry up and the spices to set in. Pretty much just trying to mix this together until I don't see any more globs of pink. Now comes the tricky part. Try to divide this in half. I got a little ball of meat. Ta-da! That back over. I want to make sure we get all the air pockets out of this. Probably made my bags too big, but I'd rather be too big than not small or not short enough. Fairly certain I've got all the air pockets out of that. Obviously my division skills are lacking, but it'll work either way. I'll get these sealed up, I'm gonna throw them in the fridge, get the sous vide warmed up to temperature. I'll see you guys then. Time to make them tzatziki sauce. Normally I just use a medium cucumber. This guy had a ton of seeds in it, so he's kind of bigger. We'll call him a medium. Everybody in. I'm going to go ahead and get that ground up real quick. These things work so much better on TV. Right. Now, I'm going to throw in about 2 teaspoons of our Greek seasoning. That's that. Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. Tzatziki. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. That looks good right about there. And probably about 4, maybe 5 cloves of garlic. I know the other stuff's probably better, but this stuff tastes pretty good, and it's really easy. And we'll do about a teaspoon of dill. Depending on which recipe you follow, dill is really not traditional in tzatziki. It's more of like its own sauce, but I like the way it tastes, so that's what we're doing today. Now, throw in the Greek. Just plain yogurt. Make sure you do the full fat stuff. The other stuff just gets all gritty and weird and yucky. I probably should have just got a bigger container, but they had the smaller ones on sale today. Now let's see what it tastes like. I'm going to throw in just a touch of salt. Hit that on the blender one more time. Let it set for a few hours. I'll come back and check on it. I'll see you guys after a bit. Here we are, 3 wonderful hours later. Got my one bag in the sink cooling down right now. Let's get this zipped off here. Make sure don't spill those juices everywhere. Try and get this out of here in one piece. Got a couple paper towels down. I'm going to blot this dry in efforts just to try to get a good sear on it. Tastes like a gyro. Just missing that caramelization. I've got the broiler warming up. Like I said, I'm going to pat this dry. I'll see you guys at the broiler. Alright, let's try and get some color on this bad boy. Got the broiler set to 550. I'm probably going to go 2-3 minutes, see what it looks like. I'm going to spin it a couple times just because the back of my broiler likes to run a lot hotter than the front. I think we got just enough color on it. Let's pull this thing up, slice it up. Alright, got a real nice brown on this. Smells amazing. Went ahead and took a chance to warm up our flatbreads in the oven while it was nice and warm. Let's go ahead and shave this up. And I'm going to do a little bit on a bias just to get a little bit more width out of our pieces since it is so thin. And I'm going to shave just enough to make our sandwich here and keep the rest together. Smells like I'm in a Greek restaurant. flatbread here. Slather on some tzatziki. Let's out our meat. You really get that same texture of like actual gyro meat from running it through the blender like that. It's nice. Got some baby spinach, other greens. Let's lay down our tomatoes. Spread out some red onions. I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit more tzatziki. Hit it with a little feta. Everything's better with feta, right? Oh man, I can't wait to dig into this. Alright, the moment we've all been waiting for all day long. Let's fold this baby up. That is amazing. You get the nice warm pita, the freshness from the tzatziki sauce, the meat, cooking it in the sous vide like that, absolutely perfect. We got a nice little crunch and char on the outside, just like you would from the traditional spit by putting it in the broiler. Cooking it in the sous vide machine like that just kept everything nice and moist. I mean, it's just perfect texture. If you ever get the chance, give this one a shot. See you next time. Pretty Griller.